Well, hello, everyone. I want to thank Ruben Alvarez for his leadership as CEO of the Latino Leaders Network. This just began on January 1st. Before presenting our Rising Star Award, though, I also want to thank Ruben Barales of Wells Fargo, the premier sponsor. As he alluded to, when we launched this event, this series, in 2020, it was Wells Fargo that stood up to support us, and it was virtual. It was, remember 2020? It's a year that some of us would like to forget, that's certainly true. But we're very grateful for Ruben's support and Wells Fargo. We're also grateful for the support of Dr. Jane Carpenter-Rock, of course, who we've heard from, the acting director. And I also want to thank Jean Lee Choi, who is really her right hand and helped connect us to put this partnership together. This is new, and I hope it won't be the last, because this is a wonderful venue, a wonderful opportunity for us to participate with the Smithsonian in celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month, and as it turns out, Climate Week in New York City, to be sure, but really throughout the country. Now, prior to presenting the Rising Star Award, we wanted to share a short video about our honoree, Nalleli Cobo. This was produced for the prestigious Goldman Environmental Prize, which was a ceremony in 2022 hosted by none other than Jane Fonda. This 4-minute video is a wonderful tribute to Nalleli, and we'd like to share it with everyone here today.
21-year-old Nalleli Cobo has been fighting to end oil extraction since she was a child.
Over 500,000 Angelinos live within a quarter of a mile to an active oil and gas well, and those emissions have been scientifically proven to damage our health and our environment.
In 2004, Nalleli's family moved into a South Los Angeles apartment neighboring an oil well operated by Alanco Energy. Toxic emissions permeated the neighborhood and began affecting Nalleli's health.
My nosebleeds got so severe I had to sleep in a chair to prevent choking on my own blood. I developed asthma. I had heart palpitations and horrible headaches. My mom developed asthma. My sister had headaches, stomach pains. So it was a really hard time.
Speaking with her neighbors, Nalleli's mother, Monique, realized that the health issues were widespread. Residents began organizing, and at only 9 years old, Nalleli became the spokesperson for People Not Pozos, a grassroots community group.
I live in front of an oil well, and the oil well has been making me sick.
Nalleli and her mother went door to door, distributing flyers and documenting illnesses. Speaking at rallies and government meetings, Nalleli garnered media coverage and political support that pressured Alanco to temporarily halt operations in 2013.
I didn't need to use my inhaler 3 times a day. My nosebleeds went away. But then we were aware that we weren't the only community being affected by oil extraction.
Wanting to address the disproportionate number of oil wells permitted in minority communities, Nalleli co-founded the South Central Youth Leadership Coalition.
Everyone has the right to breathe clean air no matter their...
We sued the city of Los Angeles in 2015 for a violation of the California Environmental Quality Act and environmental racism, and we won.
Hi everyone, my name is Nalleli Cobo.
By the time she graduated high school, Nalleli had become a powerful advocate for environmental justice. But in 2019, her life was turned upside down with the diagnosis of a rare form of cancer.
As soon as the doctor said, you have cancer, I immediately thought of the signs on Alanco's wall that says dangerous chemicals known to cause cancer, birth defects, and reproductive harm.
Nalleli spent the next 2 years undergoing intensive medical treatment. But the momentum of her efforts continued. In 2020, thanks to Nalleli and the community's years of tireless activism, the Alanco site was forced to permanently cease operations. This remarkable victory has Alanco executives facing over 24 criminal charges for environmental health and safety violations.
When Alanco was permanently shut down, I remember feeling at peace in a way that I knew that nobody in my community was gonna be breathing those toxic emissions anymore. That's historic.
Nalleli's cancer went into remission, and her activism continues to affect change, most recently with a groundbreaking city council vote to ban new oil wells and phase out existing ones.
Wow. Wow. See this right here. This is for you. Now let me just say that the annual Rising Star Award that we have presented since 2019, recognizing young Latina leader as well, who demonstrates exceptional promise, leadership, and commitment to community. Nalleli Cobo, on behalf of the Latino Leaders Network, it is my honor to present you with our 2024 Rising Star Award. And now we'll hear acceptance remarks from our rising star.
Thank you so much to Mickey, to Ruben, and to the Latino Leaders Network for this award. It's truly an honor. I want to dedicate this award to my North Star, my mentor, my biggest inspiration, my best friend, who happens to be my mom. Mami, gracias por todo. When I began my work at 9 years old, I didn't even know what the word activist was. I didn't learn the word activist until I was 11, and it was because a reporter had asked me, "How do you feel being an activist?" And I told her to pause our recording and explain that fancy new word she had just thrown at me, but I learned my community was made up of activists. So many times when growing up in a frontline community in a sacrifice zone, we have no control over tanker traffic, pollution, noise, emissions released in our community. But we have the power of our voice. We have the power to organize. We have the power of our stories. And as long as I'm here, I'm going to truthfully and unapologetically share my story to create change for our communities and those alike. As we just learned, 2 years ago, we had a historic change when the Los Angeles City Council and County Board of Supervisors voted unanimously to ban all new oil exploration and phase out the existing sites over 20 years. However, just recently, that ruling was overturned. Don't worry, because what do we do when our community is under attack? We stand up and we fight back. So I'm going to ask you again. What do we do when our community is under attack? Stand up and fight back. There was no fight in that. I'm going to ask you guys again. What do you do when your community is under attack? I know you felt the power in that one. So we are going to stand up and fight back. There is a bill currently sitting on California Governor Gavin Newsom's desk, AB 3233. And with your help, with social media, with word of mouth, we are going to apply pressure to him to sign that bill to reinforce the rights of cities and communities to breathe clean air in their very own backyards. Everyone has a right to breathe clean air regardless of their age, their gender, ethnicity, socioeconomic status, zip code, or religion. Clean air is a basic human right that's being denied to us, and we are going to stand up and fight back for that right. Thank you so much.